Hi, my name is Andy, and let me tell you a spooky story. I was spocking around the Steam store for games to buy. It was Halloween's spooky sale, and I hated TF2, so I didn't much like the TF2 spooky season, even if I liked TF2 normally. I couldn't find a game to buy when my friend Sega, you will know him from Sonic and Sega, Racing, sent me a video. It was of the new hit game Balatro. It looked very fun. It had gambling, which my mom told me to never do, since my dad put all of our money on Green Zero and now we live in a shit shack. My dad never returned after that, because he died but did not have the money for the game Balatro on Steam, because we loved in shit shack and mom cry when I buy games. So my friend Sega, from Sonic and Sega, Racing, said I could become piracy and get game online for free. I didn't want to, but he beat me in a race, so I had to, or he would hit me where blue shell again. I went to piracy site called Daddy's Gaming Home. Daddy's home. And Balatro was there, but it was called Balatro. It must just be a typo again. It was only had one deadbeat friend. So I downloaded the game, virus free, and opened it, the big whoosh of Balatro, the hit game. Huh? I guess the game makers changed the title when it got popular. So I started my first run, getting molten chippies. I like the art on the cards because the cleans look so funny. Though, when I couldn't beat the boss, it said Daddy is angry. Which I don't like much, since it remembers me of my dad, who is dead by the way in the book Future, remember? That's spooky to me, so I wanted to go play Sonic and Sega. Racing again, but it couldn't start, so I made a frowny face. And I began playing Balatro again, because Andy was probably sleeping. He was asleep, and I began playing again. But now, the title screen said "No leaving now, Andy boy," which was crappy, since how did it kabow my name? But I kept playing, because the game was fun. So I went to grab a snack, and when I returned, I saw a new run had already started. When I looked at the cards, they were crying blood that was crying and bleeding from mouth. I was very scarred and unplugged my game for a bit. Eating my little Buno Bits trademark, I don't know if that's the name in English. When I tuned it back on, I saw instead of the title screen it said, "It's me," like the other hit game, Five Nights at Freddy's, released by Scott Coffin in 2014. I didn't know what that meant, so I shrugged and wanted to move on. But when I clicked start run, the title ranged to "Your dad. You have to gamble, Andy." So I unplugged the game again and gave it, the disc, to my mom, who flushed it down the toilet. We don't want Dad to be returned and beat me in the game like we did when alive. Alright, bye bye! Don't get games from site called Daddy's Home, where Daddy Ghost will beat you and make you cry blood, crying bleeding from mouth.
Alright, almost done. Just gotta animate the credits. Huh?